Hello everyone, and welcome back. My name's Cam, and today I'm going to take you through a gentle yoga practice, particularly for stiff bodybuilders and athletes. A lot of times we can push and stress ourselves to the max in order to get to a goal, a finish line. And very rarely do we take the time to just sit and be in our body, to stretch, and to move with our breath. So that's what we're going to do here today. Thanks again for joining me. Make sure to like and subscribe before the end of the video. And to get started, let's just come into a comfortable seat. I like the Japanese style. My hips are pretty tight, so sitting cross-legged isn't always the most comfortable, and it's harder to keep my back straight, but you may be different. Once you've found your seat, go ahead and close your eyes. Start to breathe with some intention. Moving prana, life force through the body. Filling up the upper, the middle, and the lower lungs. Reversing out of it. Pushing from the bottom, the middle, to the top. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Relax your jaw and your eyelids. Just enjoy what this moment has to offer you. Appreciate what the oxygen is doing for your body as you breathe. From here, on your next inhale, you're going to take your left hand and reach it all the way up as you land your right hand down on the right side of your mat. Lateral stretch, opening up that left lat. You can bend your right elbow as well, sink a little bit deeper. Always maintaining a squared off hips, pushing that left glute into the earth or your back heel if needed. Inhale back to the center, reverse, flipping it over to the other side. Exhale, stretch. It's not about how deeply you can stretch, but how deeply can you breathe. Now let's flow with this. Inhale, up, exhale, stretch. Inhale, center, exhale, stretch to the left. Inhale, center, exhale, stretch to the right. And flow like so. Staying connected with your breath. I know most bodybuilders want to stretch in a stagnant position, but there's so much value in how fluidly you can move your body, particularly if you are a competitive bodybuilder, as your posing will improve overall. One more to the left. Come back to the center. Inhale, reach your hands all the way up. Exhale. Hands to heart. Prayer position. Now we're going to open up for a twist. So your right hand's going to reach behind you. Left hand's going to land on your right thigh or knee. Twisting open to the right. Inhaling for length, exhaling, twisting a little deeper. Again, not overdoing it. This is a gentle practice. We want to feel into our bodies. Hold this for 2 more breaths. Inhale, reach your hands all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Other side, right hand, left thigh, left hand behind your feet. Inhale for length. Exhale to twist. Keeping your shoulders relaxed. Again, not overdoing it at all here. Just warming up the spine, feeling into our body. It's a beautiful day here in Calgary, Alberta. I always like practicing outside. Something so grounding about it. Seems more natural. Remember to relax the shoulders. One more breath. Inhale, reach your hands all the way up. Exhale, fold down into a child's pose where your hands are reaching in front of you. Your hips are sitting on your heels. You can rest your forehead all the way to the ground. Take 2 more breaths here. Inhale up into a tabletop position. All fours. Next we're going to do some cat and cows. So we're going to drop our belly, arc our heart forward on the in-breath. Shoulders back. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, arch your spine, lot of push, internally rotating your elbows so that the eye of your elbows is facing forward. Inhale, arc the heart forward, sink the belly. Exhale, arch your spine. Link your breath to your movement here. Continue to flow through these cat and cows. Your next exhale, find tabletop. Straight back. With your toes tucked, you're going to send your hips up and back into a downward facing dog. From here, you can take a little more movement, walking out your dog, sinking one heel at a time, especially if this is your first downward dog of the day, or potentially ever, depending on the gym bros watching this video here, which is the background I come from, by the way. I've done multiple bodybuilding competitions, but after getting injured due to a lack of mobility, I found yoga. Inhale into a high plank. On your next in-breath, shift your weight forward slightly. Lower down slowly. With your hands just below your shoulders. Inhale. Your heart forward, baby cobra. Shoelaces are pushing into the earth. Exhale, fold. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, fold. One more. Fold. Push back into a child's pose, but only for transition, sending our hips up to the sky, inhaling our right heel to the sky. Bend your right knee, stack your right hip over your left, keeping your shoulders square. Your right knee should be the highest point of your body. Exhale, your right knee to your right elbow, landing your right foot outside your right hand for a lizard lunge. And again here, we're going to take some movement. You can do some clockwise circles, counterclockwise. When you find somewhere that needs a little bit of extra love, you can sit in it for a moment and breathe. Inhale that right heel back up to the sky. Exhale your right knee to nose. Landing your right foot in between your hands. Softening your left knee to the earth. Inhale, low lunge. And we're going to twist open towards the right. Really working on the flexibility of our core. You'll see if you start to practice regularly the difference you'll have in your mobility, particularly in your posing. It'll display the most. Sweep your right hand down and back up to meet your left. Exhale, hands to the earth. Charge up your back leg. Step up. Left foot meets right. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, find a flat back. Exhale, fold. Slight bend in your knees. Inhale, reach your hands all the way up. Hands to heart center, prayer position. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, hinge at your hips. How gracefully can you fold? Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step back into your high plank. Push into your downward facing dog, hips to the sky. Inhale your left heel up. Three-legged dog. Bend your left knee. Stack your left hip over your right, remembering to keep your shoulders square. And breathe. Exhale, left knee to left elbow, landing your foot on the outside of your left hand for a lizard lunge. From here, you can go clockwise with your circles, opening up those hips. Mine are pretty sore. I did a leg day 2 days ago now. It's always the toughest day. But we move nonetheless. And actually, this movement helps to prepare you for the next time. More mobility, more functional muscle. When you find somewhere that feels like it needs some extra love, sit in it and breathe. Inhale, reach your left heel back up to the sky. Exhale, left knee to nose. Land your left foot in between your hands. Slowly lower your back knee. Inhale, low lunge. Now we're twisting open to the left. Right hand reaching forward, left hand reaching back. Hips are squared off. Right glute is engaged. Really open up that hip flexor. Stretching out that core. Too often in bodybuilding is core mobility neglected, especially with all the squats and deadlifts. People tend to get tight in the hamstrings, the hips and the core. Sweep your left hand down and up to meet your right. Exhale, hands meet the earth. Tuck your back toes, charge your leg, kick off, and land your right foot to meet your left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Slight bend in the knees. Inhale, reach your hands all the way up. Bring it home, hands to heart center. Okay, from here, find your seat. We're going to take Baddha Konasana, which is a Sanskrit way of saying butterfly, which I'm sure most of you are familiar with. But we're going to be gentle with ourselves here. Again, we're not trying to overdo it or push to the extreme. I like to interlace my fingers around my toes. Knees go wide. Heels are about a foot, almost, give or take, away from my pelvis. And if you could imagine your pelvis was filled with water, trying to keep it upright, not giving way by bending too much in our lower back. We want to keep the stretch into our hips and groin area. Sit in here and breathe for 5 breaths. On your next exhale, fold over. Now you're bending in through your back, stretching out your spine. Elbows can land on your calves or your knees to accentuate that stretch ever so slightly. Inhale, pushing your way back up. I'm going to meet you again in the Japanese style seat. From here, if you have the time, I would encourage you to do a brief meditation. Again, finding some stillness. That's the practice of yoga. Finding silence in the mind. But for now, I appreciate you being here. I look forward to seeing you again. Make sure to like and subscribe. Namaste.